My goodness, what an intro. Good morning, everyone.
This is innovative that brought several people together to learn and share knowledge and information about how harmful practices can be minimized and, if possible, reduced.
I am an African girl who loves our culture dearly, but I do not rejoice in some of our cultural practices.
I wish to put on record the great commitment by the government of Kenya in ending FGM and the affirmation of His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to end FGM in this country.
Female genital mutilation remains a deeply ingrained social and cultural norm affecting over 200 million women and girls today. I believe that the deliberations of this workshop will be a springboard to reassure our commitment and dedication to keep the global promise of ending FGM by 2030.
I also want to acknowledge the young people innovating better strategies to eliminate FGM, to see a just society for all. You are the generation that will end FGM once and for all.
I have hope that we can reach the goal of reducing FGM and maybe even we can eradicate it one day.
This has been quite a phenomenal experience to have these innovators meet up in one strategic place, and so that we can convene for the betterment of the continent, for the betterment of the globe, and for the betterment of the earth at large and its people.
That was fantastic.
How was yesterday? Tell us, how was it? How was day one?
Yesterday was a very insightful event for us. The first plenary discussion was very insightful. They shared so many topics on regarding digital transformation as well as some other innovative ideas.
I feel that it is important for the young people to come up with other strategies and innovate for us to be able to go to zero before 2030.
My initiative, it is community-led initiative. We work with to break the taboos, and we raising awareness section is
we share the information and the ideas and experience about the grand role of the cause harmful traditional practice, FGM and early marriage.
I record videos addressing issues like online safety, peer pressure resistance, as well as girl education, sexual reproductive health rights, and early forced and child marriages.
In designing innovative solutions, we must center the needs and desired outcomes of women and girls. So it's just not enough to have a solution or a tech solution, but I think this must really center the needs of the people that we are targeting.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to kindly ask you that you scan and refresh it. The voting link there's a link there to vote, to be written fire pitch vote.
Thank you so much
for
everything, and thank you for your vote and
Merci
everything.
pour votre
I'm really honored.
En tout cas, je me sens très honoré.
Right, welcome to day 3. How's everybody doing? Hello.
We're not only sharing our experiences and our stories, we are learning from each other, we are empowering each other. I can only imagine the kind of information we're going to pass out there, the kind of results that we're going to achieve.
I'm a survivor of online gender-based violence. This happened to me when I was 21 years old. I'm now 27 years old. When I was in high school, I fell in love with a young gentleman who was older than me. We fell in love. It was good. My parents were against it initially, but I was super in love. I later on joined the university at the Technical University of Mombasa, and during this time, we were in a long-distance relationship with this man. Of course, we would, share intimate pictures because that's how we felt like we were showing each other love. I started my organization, Girls for Girls Africa Mental Health Foundation, to support other women in accessing mental health care and just talking about their experiences. During this time, I went back to school from the psychiatric ward. I vied as a president in school, and the whole time we had started a safe space, Coffee with Quinta, to support other young people in speaking about their experiences. At this time, when I went to seek justice, I was blamed for taking these pictures and sending them to him. Of course, everyone blamed me for why I took the pictures in the first place, and I felt they weren't helping me in accessing justice. I then resulted to focusing on my mental health. I went for therapy. I started writing books. I started speaking, and it's through this that I've been able to come out fully and even support other women. And now I have started a petition with Unfpa, the Body Rights Campaign, to support other survivors in accessing justice. And I want to call upon the stakeholders, the government, the tech companies, to be able to help me push this petition so that we hold these perpetrators to accountable. We have laws that are very high when it comes to music copyright, but if you compare the laws that are actually for survivors of online gender-based violence, they are very minimal. And this does injustice to the survivors, and it takes away the dignity of young women and girls. I'm calling upon all the stakeholders to actually put these perpetrators to account, to make sure we have stricter penalties for the perpetrators of online gender-based violence, and of course to safeguard the health and well-being of survivors through access to mental health care and justice and reintegration back to the communities. And with this, I hope all survivors can know that they are heard, that they are seen, that their story is validated, and that we actually support their healing.
So for the past 3 days, I've learned a lot about innovation that we can use to tackle harmful practices in Africa as a whole.
You can have a small number of followers, but you can still make change.
It's very important to make sure that the voices and the priorities of the young people are put at the forefront and that they're involved in all decision-making practices.
So I think the summit does exactly that, putting agency in the hands of the youth in a way that we understand, but in a way that can reach other youth on the continent as well.
UNFPA is committed to working with women and young people in East and Southern Africa to grow innovation in the region.
Innovation has become our ally. It's about creative thinking, strategic planning, telling our stories with our voices, and most importantly, the courage to challenge the status quo.
We have now identified solutions to challenges hindering innovation growth in the SRHR ecosystem and are poised to utilize the great potential and energy of young people to address this innovatively.